Lady R, Dawn does call her sissy, and now we have everyone needs. I can't read the last part of the, and I don't know. Everyone, are you not wanting to be on camera because I covered it.
Okay.
You're not up on camera right this second. I'm trying to keep it from coming up. Like if I add somebody, I'll just keep it covered like this, where you can't see who's on panel, so you can't, nobody can see her. So, anyways, go ahead. What's your name? Everyone needs what?
Hope.
Everyone needs hope. Okay. All right. Go ahead.
And,
Sorry.
and by the way, y'all are all breaking up.
Oh, really? For you?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're breaking up a little bit.
And Mary.
Yeah, you're breaking up a little bit. I don't think. I think it must be on your end. Anybody in the chat? Can you tell us if we're breaking up? Go. Everyone needs help. What was your question real quick? And hopefully you can kind of hear.
Okay. This is for Prayer Garden. When Don started going up on Cher's panel, he was drunk one night and he was talking to Benny about the woman that he had been on the phone with every night. Was that you?
Yes.
And y'all got naked and did the...
Oh, no. Hold up. Wait a minute. You're talking about the woman that Donald told about some Mexican mafia, and he told her that he sold his daughter for $50,000, that he owed $20,000. So he just went ahead and sold his daughter for $50,000. And he was naked in the bed, showed her,
Yeah.
That was not me. No.
Okay. I just wanted to know. All right. Next question is real quick. I think it was the night that they did the prank on Mary. The neighbors were talking the next day about K.N.S running down the road, Don following behind her, and then another woman behind him. And this was verified by a couple of neighbors and also by a couple of creators that live over there. Do you know what that was all about? Now, it might not have been that same night, but it was around that time.
Candace, there was the only woman staying up there was Dale. So it must have been Candace running out, mad at Donald. She's mad at Donald. And he's probably chasing behind her. And then Dale's probably just, coming to try to intervene. And I don't know, because Dale's supposed to be a Christian woman, also. And she was the one up there. Basically, her and Donald's the one that cleaned the yard. And she's also been up there with a couple other women cleaning that house. And I'm not sure what Candace is doing. I really don't. But,
does he give her drugs?
Give who drugs?
Donald give Candace drugs. Does he make sure she's drugged up?
Donald don't have to give Candace no drugs. She takes all them drugs freely. She smokes weed, sucks down liquor. Donald actually...
but she doesn't work, so she must be getting it from him, basically, probably.
Well, I'm sure Candace knows where the drug dealer lives. You know what I'm saying? She'd go pick up her own.
I mean, how's she getting money for it, though?
Donald gives her money.
Yeah.
Oh, and
Mary wants to say something. Mary wants to say something.
Okay.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, I was on the phone with Donnie one day. And he put it on speaker, and you could tell they were driving, And I was talking to pretty much both of them at the same time because they were on speaker. But I guess they were headed home, and Candace goes, "Where are you going?" And he goes, "I'm going home." And she goes, "Well, I need my bag, so turn around."
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And not only that, but she was her mother was also up there, and I'm sure footing some of the bill for Candace as well.
Yeah. One one more thing, Prayer Garden. You need to be really careful, and I'm sure you're going to hear it over and over and over about Benny. All you need to do, babe, is just go back and listen to his videos. And if you don't think he don't cuss women out and put them down and call them and tell them he's going to call CPS or he's got something he's going to get with them and they won't open their mouth again, I'm just warning you.
Well,
I think
well, I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm going to be honest with you. You know, I'm a I am a Christian. I don't use God. I follow God. And I can't get into the cesspool of this. I'm not allowed.
Yeah, but
I'm
he's
not allowed.
already threatened you once. He's
Yes, I
already
know.
threatened you.
I know. And I'll pray for him.
He said
I'll
he'll
pray
do.
for Benny. I will pray for Benny. Benny's got a beautiful family. I truly believe Benny wants to find God. He wants to be with God. He tries to get on the right path, and I'm not going to bash Benny or any other, or anybody else.
You don't have to. You've already messed it up by talking about Don and stuff. Benny's going to get a hold of you one way or the other. I
Well,
mean,
I'm
clear
going to
your name or whatever is what I'm saying.
Well, I hope, I hope not. I hope not.
No, I hope not.
I hope Benny understands that, and I am this is America, the land of the free, the home of the brave. And to be honest with you, it's became the land of the lockdown, the home of the haters. And I hate that.
Yeah.
But,
well, Benny doesn't think rationally like most people. But I think you're going to see this slowly.
well,
I know you're giving him the benefit of the doubt.
I just hope to God,
Fair. You're trying to be fair. I understand.
I'm not. Well, it's not just Benny. I'm not allowed to bash nobody. I don't want to bash.
Yeah.
We're all in this together for summer, to find summer, and I think Benny's in it for that too. I think he is. I truly think he is.
He don't even call her name. He don't even say her name.
He's got a son that he loves with everything in his heart, and I think Benny might be letting.
He has other kids that he won't freaking even see. You know that, right? He has kids by other parents or other moms.
Kids. Yeah, yeah.
And he has nothing to do with them. But I know you're just trying to.
No.
You're trying to.
I'm not trying to take up for Benny or anything, but I was on the phone with him, and his daughter was there. He had a daughter that was at his home.
Like
he doesn't have but one daughter, and she lives in Florida, so she wasn't there.
Well, he told me
that Michigan, isn't it? I thought it was Michigan. I thought that's what the name.
Yeah, because she was online last night. His ex-wife.
Maybe the daughter was busy. I heard a girl's voice, and he told me it's his daughter.
Like, how old was the girl? Per garden?
I don't know. She didn't sound too old.
Okay, because his daughter is like high school age.
She's 17.
Yeah, she's almost an adult.
Yeah,
she didn't sound too old. Probably about somewhere in that age.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we don't need to go about Benny, but I know you're trying to, you're trying to deal with his hate with love, I think, and I understand. I get it. You're trying to hopefully see if he'll have a change of heart.
The thing is I can't worry about other people. I got to worry about my God, and I'm not allowed. I refuse to hold hate and stuff in my heart because that only hurts.
You could drop me, Ziggy.
That only hurts.
Thank you. Everyone needs hope. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you.
All right. We have Cam and Ricky now. Thank you, Cam and Ricky, so much for waiting so patiently. And thank you, Gangster Granny. Anybody who's become a member tonight, check the community tab. That's where the members only link for Discord. Okay. Sorry. Go ahead, Cam.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Yep.
All right. This is for Miss Mary. Do you know what Dawn's real mom's name is? Dawn's mom's real name.
Yeah, it's Karen.
Karen? Okay, because I heard that it was Patricia Nadine Wells, so there was a little bit of confusion.
Patricia Nadine Wells is my mother.
Your mother?
That's my
Okay.
biological mother. Karen
Okay.
is Donnie's dad. Or Donnie's mom, I mean.
Karen. And that's Karen Goad or Wells?
She said yes, Goad.
Goad. Okay. All right. Well, that's all I needed to know. Thank you
I'm
so
sorry.
much for clearing all that up.
That long for the. You weren't kidding when you said you just had one short question.
I know. Thank you so much. Y'all have a great night.
You too. Okay, so now we have Diane.
Hello.
Hi. Hey, thank you so much for waiting so patiently.
No problem. I have one question for Mary, and then I have a couple for Prayer Garden if I have time.
Okay.
Mary, I know you have went and filed charges. Are they telling you how long it's going to take before you see any kind of results from it? What's the holdup, I guess, is what I was wondering.
They just said the stuff takes time and it's going to take time. So.
Okay. I didn't know if they were.
They just have to go through channels. They just got to go through channels and do stuff, and get stuff together, and it just takes time. So
Sure. Well, I also wanted to tell you, if you go see Dr. Phil, if that happens, I want you to know that you got a whole army of people behind you supporting you. So don't feel intimidated. Get out there and be strong.
Is that gonna be Jeannie too?
No. They just asked if I wanted to go on. So, it's probably just going to be me. Maybe Trish. I don't know. I was going to ask him if Trish could go with me because they might want to interview her too. So, I don't know. So, I don't know. I don't know a lot yet. I just heard that they wanted me to go on his panel, but I'm just waiting for their phone call. So.
Is that gonna be the same? I'm sorry, this doesn't count as your time, Diane. When I'm asking her stuff, sorry. Is that gonna be the same episode as Dawn's? Is it gonna be kind of like a spin? You don't know? Okay, she's saying she doesn't know. Okay, she doesn't know about that. All right, go ahead, Diane. Sorry.
Okay, for Prayer Garden, I was thinking about what questions would I want to ask you, and I'm thinking if I was in Don's ear, if I got to ask him 2 questions, what would I ask him? So the first one is, when he got asked, I think it was Chris McDonough asked him, one of them asked him, what would you want to happen to the person that abducted Summer? And his answer was, oh, I don't know. I don't think I'd want to send them to prison because that's just awful. And, I guess I'd leave it to God and all that kind of stuff. Well, my question to Dawn would be, what the hell? So what did you talk to him about that when he answered that?
I'm going to be honest with you. Yes, I talked to Donald, and I didn't just talk to him. I jumped his ass. I jumped him. I said, what are you doing? I mean, I know that Donald was put in a delicate situation because, he was put in a delicate situation when Chris asked him that particular question. And, I mean, if somebody really did have your daughter, they really did have your kid, well, you're not going to say, I want the mother freaker hung or whatever. You're not going to try to piss them off. I mean, if someone really did have your kid, but Donald wasn't answering it in that way. He was answering it more in the way of, I really know who it is, and I can't say, and if they get busted, I don't want to make them, if they do get a real stiff penalty, I don't want them blaming it on me, coming back on me saying, basically you don't want K.N.S coming back on him saying, in my opinion, you don't want K.N.S coming back on him saying, well, you're the one that said, throw the book at him, this and this, because now that's what they're going to do to you, to her. And you know, he didn't want to, you know, if she gets busted, which he don't know, you know, if I think they are, I think personally, I think the police already know. They already know. It's just a matter of putting the paperwork together and the rest of their evidence, and they're going up there to make an arrest. But
Yeah, well, that's the next question I want to ask you too. I would ask Dawn this. If it was me in your situation, I would have said, Dawn, do you know anybody in law enforcement? Are you friends with anybody in law enforcement? Are you related to people in law enforcement? Who do you have there that it can help you? I would want to know what he would say to that.
I'm going to be honest with you. Nobody. He ain't got nobody in law enforcement. And let me tell you why. He thought it was so funny, everybody calling uncle, you know, his uncle Ronnie Larson, or cousin Ronnie Larson. He was even trying to figure out how old Ronnie Larson is so he could figure out if he's going to be his uncle or his cousin. He thought he was too young to be his uncle. But anyhow, you know, he thought that was real funny that you could say he's in jail and so forth. And, you know, the thing that him and K.N.S are like a couple kids, and all they're doing is up there playing. And if your kid was really kidnapped, you would not be acting like that. You would not.
Well,
what
that's
I'm
true.
trying to say is, you know, Benny can hate me and he can threaten me and everything. But, you know, Benny knows that no parents are going to be doing what Donald and K.N.S are doing, man. This ain't a game. And I was in there and I was listening to them. And you know, this is not the action you have when you got a kidnapped child. I am sorry. I'm getting angry, but no, you don't act like this. And this is how they're acting, because you know what? They're just stupid. They know where that kid is. They know what happened to it. They've accepted it, and fuck everybody out there. You know, they feel it's their kid. F all of us, and they're going to get away with it. They owe us nothing, and this kid's not going to ever be found. And for the people out there protecting them, you're going to have to face God one day. You're going to have to face God. And you knew in your heart you shouldn't have been doing what you're doing, but you did. You know, I don't know if it was for the fame or for what, or, you know, but whatever reason it was, you're going to answer to that. You got information, you see something, know something, say something. Please. You know, that little girl deserves to be put to rest. You know, she deserves to be, this little girl needs, you know, she deserves a grave, and she deserves roses planted upon it, the roses that she loved. She liked to go out and sit by. You know, she deserves everybody, you know, and even God to know where she's at. I mean, I know God knows where she's at, but I'm saying she should be laid out to rest. Every person deserves that. You know, every person deserves to be laid to rest, not stuck in a wall or some cave, or, you know, one of them sewer tanks or whatever those people have up in those places. You know, and so a lot of times there's those tanks buried on the property somewhere. You might not know about it because they've got a new one someplace, but there's an old one and people don't know about it. And that property should have been checked for, you know, gone over to find if there's any of those extra tanks up there that they need to search in. But, you know, but the stench coming from that wall, and I'm getting attacked now after telling about the drywall and the stinking mud, and then I'm getting called a liar. I'm going to tell you something. I'm not a liar. I'm telling, God knows my heart, and God knows I'm telling you guys the truth, but God's honest truth. And now Donald's denying. He knows that his coworker came in there and said that. And he knows he tried to convince him that it was, that, you know, it was mud and that he had already dumped it somewhere outside.
Yeah. He knows and God knows, right? Diane, I'm going to pull up the next person. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Go ahead, Per Garden.
I could take a lie detector's test and pass it. Donald, can you get on that lie detector's test and say that didn't happen? Because it did. And why are you lying about it? Why are you lying about it? And why are you sicking Benny Keys on me? You know why? I ain't done nothing to nobody, especially to Benny, other than
Benny
pray
doesn't
for
have any pull. He doesn't have enough pull to get anything done. So I
and
wouldn't
pray for
worry
his
about it.
child. You know, I haven't done anything to deserve that. Why am I being attacked? I'm just out here telling the truth. That's all I'm doing, and I'm not going to be scared off because I'm a child
I'm
of
glad.
God.
I was worried. I have to admit, I was
No,
worried
I'm
that you would.
not. I'm not. Like I told you, put it up in big letters. I'm not,
Yeah.
I believe in standing to stand in my ground. I believe in telling the truth. I stand up for the truth.
Yeah.
You know,
We got Moon Chaser on here now. Thank you so much, Moon Chaser, for waiting because everybody's waiting for about an hour to get up to panel. So thank you. Are you there?
Oh, yeah. I just wanted to say, Mary, I think you're so strong. You've really opened a lot of hearts, and my sorry, my when Don used to say that he used to swing Summer around and around and around, it came up with my family, and it came out that my older cousin used to do that to us, and he was messing with our with.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so but that's what he used to do, was he used to twirl us around so he could see our underwear, and
Oh my gosh, I didn't even think of that. Wow.
yeah, and I just wanted to say, like, we've had long talks because of what Mary has come forward with, and we've had a lot of healing going on. There was 5 girls and 2 boys, and
Oops,
five
Mary's here
girls
now.
and
Thank you
two
so much.
boys in our family, and so, sorry.
Mary's trying to respond to you.
Oh, sorry.
Oh shoot, I think she's trying to respond. I think she's way behind because when she tries to talk, oh no, she just froze. So crap. Okay, continue. Maybe Mary. Maybe Mary will. Oh crap. Okay, she'll probably come back up. Go ahead. I'm so sorry.
And then with Prayer Garden, I just wanted to say I think you're very strong for coming out and talking. I know you still believe some things that Don has said to you, and you just got to go back and rethink of everything that he said, because he's a habitual liar.
Yeah.
This man, he hasn't changed.
Yeah.
Mary said she knows him like the back of her hand, and he's always going to be that way.
Yeah, that's because he's never changed. That's why that she knows him so well because
Yeah.
that's why. But I think
Did we lose Prayer too?
Are you still there?
no, I'm here. I'm just
Okay.
I just wanted to say, just be mindful that, like, I know you still want to believe part of Donnie's story, but he just lies so much that you just gotta keep that in mind, like him going down the hill first before he went up to the house when he first went there, and that's, he just changes his story so much. You just got to be real careful.
I know. And that's what brought me here. That's what has brought me here. It's because lie after lie after lie. And the one about Jody Sue and Baltimore was the one that broke the camel's back. I just couldn't do it no more. I refuse to be lied to like that. And as I said, I want it was what I was wanting. I wanted the parents to be innocent. I wanted this. I wanted that. And it's not what we want. It's what, I want Summer to be alive, but I know she's not. And, the thing is it's not what we want. It's what we have to face the truth. We have to face what is. And when Jody Sue heard that scream, that's right when poor Summer, took her last breath. I'm sorry. But that, that's when she was being,
Yeah, in your opinion, that's what happened.
in my opinion, yes, in my
I'm just
opinion.
trying to get you. I don't want to get any type of somebody to sue you for defamation or anything like that. So we just
So with the Jody, Sue, and Voldemort, was it the lie of not knowing them, or what was the lie that Don had said?
It was just the overall. It was just the overall lie. He told me that this man lived over there. I posted it. I proof. He tells me this man lives over there. He tells me that he don't know him. He tells me how, all the, what this man does to his wife, which, I got another big sneak peek of, the Mary incident of who and how Donald and Candace really are. And thinking that, they were envying this man for, the cruelty that he was doing upon his wife to get what he wanted. And, to me, that's not acceptable. That's just so unacceptable, for anyone to manipulate another human being, to abuse them, to manipulate them, to do anything to another human being. That is not the way we are supposed to be treating one another. God made women for, the man a helpmate. A helpmate. That means she's to help him and he's to help her. And he's supposed to really be carrying the heaviest load because she's just a helpmate. She's doing the best, and he's supposed to understand that, and and respect that, and not be abusive or find something younger and kick, and then threaten her or start, mistreating her to the point that she cannot no longer, stay within the dwellings. That's it's just
yeah.
I don't know. But Donald was envying it. He was envying this man and his tactics, but he was also at the same time, assuring me that he don't know this man from Adam. He thinks this man might have did something to Summer. I mean, he has tried to, and I'm like, I already seen that he was running everybody around and around and around the damn bush any way he could to keep their scent off of him.
Oh yeah, definitely. I definitely agree with you there.
I don't need your scent off of me unless I did something, unless I done something. I mean, damn, a blind man can see what's going on here. A blind man could see this.
I know,
and
especially when Jody Sue had said Voldemort had been over to their house more than her.
Yes, and exactly, and that's what I'm talking about. It's God. It don't take an idiot to figure this one out. I mean, at all. And I feel like I'm standing up at the gates of hell. I got Donald blowing my phone up, screaming and hollering. I've got this Benny Keys. I don't even know this man, but I'm being warned that he's possibly could cause me harm and everything else. And and I'm not going to lie, I had to ask God today, God, I care about this little girl and everything, but I care about her and everything, but is it worth putting myself and my family at this kind of risk to be out here doing what I'm doing? You know what I'm saying? What should I do?
It's pretty bad when you've got all these people around the world that are more worried about where Summer is than her parents.
Exactly. And
I'm in Australia, and
I wish I was there right now.
I think I've posted her picture more than her parents have.
I had to jump Donald. Did you know I told him, Donald, you got to put stuff on your Facebook, even if it's just a flyer, if it's anything.
Yeah, you shouldn't have to remind him that.
because these people, they're going, they're going to, that's why they're attacking you and stuff. You're not looking for your kids. You guys ain't out hanging up flyers every evening. They're up, I talked to Donald, and Candace is there partying with a big old bunch of people all the time. Just all this partying and counting her cash cards and everything. And where the hell's that hammer and nails?
Yeah.
Where's the hammer and nails to get out there and I don't know.
I'm going to go ahead and pull up the next person.
All right. Well, thank you very much, and thank you for your time, Prayer.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
No, you can continue if you need to. I need to keep the guest moving. Okay, so next we have Sky Love.
Oh my god. Oh my god, perfect timing, y'all. I was getting ready for work and I was like, oh man.
Oh no, I'm sorry. You waited so long.
No, it worked out perfectly.
Unfortunately, Mary's not up here.
Yeah, my makeup's done. Anyway, yeah, I just wanted to say that Prayer Garden's great, and I really love your channel, Ziggy. I never thought I'd ever do anything like this, but I just liked your channel so much that it made me feel like I wanted to. So anyway, I guess I wanted to ask. Well, so Mary's not in here. I wanted to ask her, but do you think that K.N.S might have fetal alcohol syndrome or anything similar to that? And I asked it because of you said she might just go off the handle, and they said that that's one of the symptoms
right
of it. I just was wondering if I guess she had ever thought that before.
Well, she definitely looks like, she definitely, her features look like something went wrong there. And with her mother, possibility, I don't know, but definitely she's borderline bipolar for sure. Donald's definitely a sociopath for sure.
Yeah, in your opinion, right?
In my opinion.
Yeah, that was one I was gonna ask Mary if he was good in how he was in school too, if he was.
Oh, that would be a good question. If I want to ask Mary, maybe I should write that down when she comes back up. I'll ask her if Mary knows that Don has
regular classes, and then also what was his social I think that tells a lot about a person.
So let's see. Don't have any issues in school.
Candace was the one that was in special ed classes.
Oh, she was.
Yes, Donald was not in special ed classes or anything. Donald just didn't ever get his ass whipped. That's the problem.
Yeah.
And then, do they want the boys back? Do you think they really do, or do you think that they kind of just being the two of them again? Kind of. Do you feel?
I'm going to be honest. I don't think Candace. She makes me feel like that she ain't even got a motherly bond at all with her children. I mean, when you have a motherly bond with your kids, you bath them and feed them and take care of them, and make sure you know a clean place to live. You know what parents do. You go. You're the one that goes without shoes. You go without the clothes. You go without the winter coat halfway through winter because you've got to give everything to your kids. You know what I'm saying? And you're the one up late at night washing clothes and getting all the rest of the house done while they're in bed sleeping. These are your children. You are their protector. You are their, you are the one that's supposed to be taking care of them. They don't need to be taking care of you. You got to take care of them. And, and you got to do without a lot of things in life to give to your children, but you don't care because that's how much you love them. You would die for your child. You know what I'm saying? If it came down to you or them, you'd go out of this world in a heartbeat because you love your child that much. You feel they still got a life to live. You've lived. And, so this is a normal parent and a normal parent's love for a child. No, she tells me she's got a 6-month plan Don't worry about it. I can dope it up and do all of these things, and I don't know how long, but I hope, somebody did get a hold of CPS and tell them to go drug drops today, because we know last night they were definitely doing something, the way they were playing their little game like they did with Mary, and and other times like Donald did last night, on the phone with us. And that's just him and who they are. People like that shouldn't have no kids. I'm sorry, but you shouldn't have no kids when you're that ignorant, an add-on educated, and you can't be a normal, upstanding adult. You can't take care of yourself. Then how are you going to take care of anyone else?
Yeah, I just didn't know if she was like worried about. See, she's not even worried about where they are or who they're with or anything like that. Like,
well, I'm going to tell you something.
I'd be freaking out if my kids weren't.
I'm sure she, I know. I'm sure she knows. I'm sure she knows where they're at. But does she care? Yeah, you're right. You're right. The normal parent, you couldn't leave your kids there for 5 minutes. You want them in your home, in their beds. You're going to fight like hell. You're going to be. I sold every piece of junk up on that freaking hill. Every piece of that scrap metal. Every piece of that junk to pay for lawyers, because you need to get your kids back. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
yeah.
You go sell. I'd be honest with you. You would sell your blood to get your children back. I mean, it doesn't matter. These are your kids. And no, I don't need to worry because they got a 6-month plan. And also, I got a little piece of recording that says, "Don't worry, she's okay."
Wow, I can't wait to hear that one. If you're going to show, I don't know if you're going to share that or not, but.
Oh, I am.
And
I am.
Does Candace have like any?
Does Candace have what, Skylar?
Like any friends? Do you think she like female friends like that you think she may have confided in or any like?
She had Allie. Let me tell you something about Candace. She had Allie as a friend, but Allie ends up leaving because Candace is there with Jose. Candace needed Jose's attention, and so bad that she was willing to lose her good friend over it. You know what I'm saying? What I'm trying to say is, in order to have a friend, you got to know how to be a friend. You got to know how to be a friend. And Candace don't know how to be a friend. So, she loses all of her friends. She had little Jody Sue over there, pretty little Jody Sue over there being her friend. She had Allie being her friend. She had Allie's mom being her friend. But, they find out soon that Candace don't know how to be a friend.
Yeah.
So she ends up with no friends. And she's got a ton of women up there right now. Like that Dale woman that's up there helping her clean and do the work. And her and Donald, they were glad to get rid of that woman, send her out of there because, they get snooping around their house.
They couldn't get fucked up while she was there, probably.
Well, they couldn't get as fucked up they liked,
Yeah.
But yeah, now they're up there. No, she was back up there, and they called me on the phone, man. This sounded like they was just having one big ass party, and a couple other ones are up there with them. They're up there enjoying life right now, having cookouts and partying it down. I'm sure sucking on the liquor and whatever. That's them. And it's just the kind of behavior that people should have when their children are gone. No.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and pull up Miss Justice. Thank you so much. Have a good night at work.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Bye.
People were saying they liked your makeup and you look pretty. So
okay. Thank you. Have a good night, y'all.
You too. Okay, so we have Mrs. Justice. So, thank you so much for waiting so patiently. Aussie Trisha, thank you so much for the super chat. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Okay. What's up, Miss Justice?
Can you hear me?
Yep, we can hear you.
Hi, Ziggy. Thanks for doing everything you do. I just wanted to say, first of all, to Mary, that I so admire her strength and perseverance and her humor. So, yeah. And the main question I have is not really for Prayer Garden. It's either for you or anyone in the chat that is a lawyer or law enforcement. That why haven't Don and Candace been brought in for interrogation like other suspects are? I don't understand that.
Do you know about that?
They call Candace in. They called her into the police station. She goes in there, pretty much shuts down, tells them kiss her ass. She leaves, cusses them, and everything else. She's got one story she's sticking with, and that's just the way it is. Even though she don't care what they know, she don't care what witnesses they have, she don't care what they know. She thinks what she says is, word. And as long as they can't catch her up in that solid line of bull crap that she's given them, they really can't do nothing about it. This is how her mind thinks. Well, she don't know the law very well. She don't know the law very well because, see, they don't give a damn what you're saying. They care what them witnesses are saying and how stable those witnesses are, And if those witnesses are like, the school teachers and the good people that have solid backgrounds, then she's pretty much going to prison anyway.
Okay,
she should have helped her have one.
There are multiple things that they could be brought in on. For example, Dawn, I'm sure, has probation conditions that include not getting intoxicated, not doing drugs, not having a weapon, which I understand that was, kind of muddied there. But, and bring them in, charge them with something. And they've got to have the phone records back and tie in their story, which doesn't match up, and then push them more. I have seen many, many suspects brought in for less than that.
I understood when Hunter's phone when Hunter did not get his phone back. Donald and Candace and Grandis all got their phones. Hunter didn't. And I knew the second that they kept Hunter's phone, look, it's either Hunter and Allie's and there's family. There's something critical there. Because, see, when they take your phone like that, they put it into what they call evidence. And when I knew when they didn't get the phone back, the police had to be looking in one or two places. They had to be either looking at Hunter and Allie's family, or they had to be looking at Candace and Donald's. I knew that right off.
Yeah.
And I ruled Hunter and them out. So that phone has something on it and evidence that is going to go against Candace, not Hunter and them. But it's going to stay there until the police have everything else they need to bring this down on them.
Well, the Subaru
and Donald run and get immunity. Run and get immunity.
But they crashed that Subaru. I don't understand that either. They must have things lined right up.
What about the Subaru?
Well, they can track that. There's some kind of like GPS thing or something in there in a newer vehicle.
Well, yeah, you're talking about the tracking device, but you can turn that off. But in your vehicle, you can actually turn that off if you want to. You don't have to have it on. You got control over that. But also, Donald, he got that car to keep Candace from felon charges. I mean, that was, a bribery to her. But he still felt it's his money paying for it, and that's really his vehicle. That's why he gets in it and taking it anywhere he wants to, because he feels that it's his anyway.
Well, where did he
don't even see it as hers.
Where did he get the money to pay it out when he said he had a $600 car payment a month?
Donald works. He works. I mean, I gotta say one thing, for Donald, and it's sad because, Donald will work. He will go to work. He will, he does work and he does make his money. And
but thousands of dollars. Like, what was it, 35,000 or something?
Yeah, it wasn't a very smart move to get that vehicle, but
Anyway, just things that make me go,
right.
So
Well,
the last thing that I wanted to ask you, Prayer Garden, is when you say that you will tell things, another night and so on, I'm just
right.
really curious why you say that. Why can't you?
Because I can't fit it all into. I can't fit it all into one sitting with Ziggy. We planned on pulling the people up tonight and doing exactly what we're doing right now to answer your guys' questions, to kind of give everybody in the chat a chance to come up and actually, be heard and get what they're wanting to hear and so forth. So, basically, this is what we're doing right now. And I can't veer off onto all of these other things. I do want to let you guys know, a heads up that it's coming. So you'll be here, to hear it and see it and so forth. You see what I'm saying?
Oh,
I don't want to spring it on Thursday and nobody even knew about it. I'm just trying to be courteous and kind to all of Ziggy's viewers. And that's why I'm giving you a heads up.
Yeah. I mean, maybe we can do it tomorrow. I don't know. Instead of the question and answer. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I mean, it's up to you guys, but I don't want to lie to Ziggy's viewers. I said we come up 2 days and we would. I'm one of those people.
Yeah.
I'm one of those people when I say something, I really like to carry it out so I don't feel guilty, or if like I
Yeah,
lie.
I'm the same way. I am.
Yeah. Well, I understand. I appreciate that.
Well, thank you, Miss Justice, so much for coming up and waiting and being so patient.
No problem. Okay.
All right. Have a nice evening. Okay, so now we have Melissa.
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
I'm great. I just have a couple of questions for your guest.
Okay.
The first one is, what were your initial intentions when you reached out to Dawn on Facebook?
My initial intentions was just to, let him know that somebody out there was supporting them. That, I mean, you as me and everybody else, we all understand that anything's plausible, because at first I was thinking, she could still be, if she did run off, she's a 5-year-old child. I thought that, winter time's coming through, the trees are going to die and everything, and it's a possibility. Wow, they missed it, and there she was, ran off in those woods, and maybe something happened to her, anything's plausible. You know what I'm saying? And she could got snake. Maybe the scream is when she got snake bit or something happened, and she's laying somewhere and perished, and this ain't been found yet. Anything's plausible, but what I'm saying is Donald debunked it that, and then he went straight onto this kidnapping thing, and the next thing you know, he's running everybody around this bush with Mr. Dobbs' yellow car. It's like getting a dog to chase the car, and that's what he's been doing to you guys from over and over again, to the point I was trying to support him and be a good person, him and K.N.S, but you can't put up with you can't sit there when you seeing everything go awry, and that you're not supposed to be supporting people like this, that you're learning the truth. You got to get out. If you're a child of God, you got to run, because you ain't allowed to be there and keep supporting that. You cannot keep supporting that. You got to come out and face the truth. That, when he was doing, like I said, what he did to Mary and them, I got a good picture of who they was, laughing and carrying on. And I still wanted to give them the benefit of the doubt. I still was wanting to give them the benefit of the doubt that maybe they're just stupid. But, but then it just got worse. It got worse. And, K.N.S sitting there talking about, I want to go to the fair. and I mentioned her daughter. It's a great idea. I mentioned the daughter, and she freaks out. And no, you don't even. I mean, tax me about talking about her, and it's
So
like
you decided to change her over time, which
Okay, but that wasn't really my question. Wasn't all about what they were doing. It was what your intentions were originally. And my next question was going to be, how long did it take before?
My intention originally was to uphold a family that seemed like they had nothing but everybody attacking them, and it was, and you know, I gave them the benefit of the doubt that it was a possibility that they could have been, you know, really had nothing to do with it the way everybody was saying. And I have to give people that benefit of the doubt because I am a Christian.
all right. Well, what's your next question, Melissa?
Well, my next now I have another question. Well, my main question was, how soon did he respond to you on Facebook?
Pretty much immediately. I mean, go in there. He might respond to you too. I mean, Donald.
No, thank you. And I just wanted to tell you that he talks in circles, yes, but he never had. Most of us were never fooled by Don Wells. We were on to him from that first interview. So he may think he's spinning a narrative, but any rational person's going to pick up on his lies immediately, I would think.
There you go. There you go. You know, and you know, if you've seen it right from the get that you know, what I'm saying now is truth, then God bless you. God bless you.
Yeah, I don't know that everything that you're saying is truth because a lot of it's just conjecture. But my last question is this, and it's about the drywall.
Well, what do you think happened this summer?
Well, it doesn't matter what I think happened because I want.
Well, you're asking me.
No, I'm not asking you what happened to Summer. I'm asking you facts. I want some research here.
You have a theory of what
everyone
you think.
has a theory, but it doesn't matter in the big scheme of things. We just want to find Summer. But my question about the drywall. So you were on the phone with him when this drywall thing happened?
Yes,
and
I was.
Do you know the name or anything of his coworker?
No, I don't. You know, I didn't have a pencil and a paper in my hand taking down.
I understand, but did you confront him about it? I mean, you said you were shocked and appalled. So did you confront him about it and tell him that?
She said she contacted TBI about it.
So yes, I did. Contact TBI.
I did.
Did you know the location of where he was working?
I knew about the timeline, the location where he was working. No, I didn't know the location he was working. I know that it was a place where he took 3 or 4 months there. I'm sure if they look where he was around, I say in August there, the end of August, they'll find it.
Yeah, hopefully they were able. But thank you so much, Melissa.
You're very welcome
for coming on.
Thank you.
Right,
and Mary, I'm very, very glad to hear you finding your voice. That's awesome.
Yeah, she's trying to come up, but the studio's full. She keeps trying.
Okay, knock me out.
All right, thank you so much. Okay, let's see. Maybe Mary can try real quick. Hey, Glitter. Well, Glitter Queen, welcome back. Oops. Oh,
okay. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Sorry. There was a delay.
That's okay.
Okay. Thank you for having me back again. Hopefully I didn't forget my questions. So,
no.
Sorry. My first one is, I was wondering if Prayer Garden has contacted Ronnie Lawson and TBI yet.
I have. I got a hold of TBI. I have not got a hold of Ronnie Lawson.
Okay, so and what I meant by that is because I know you initially contacted them twice already.
Yes.
Did you contact them for the third time, like you wanted to do? Or?
I'm going to contact them first thing tomorrow.
Okay, cool. And then I was kind of curious. Did Don ever tell you where K.N.S and Grandos were when he pulled up into the driveway? When someone went missing.
Grandos and Candace? Donald said when he pulled up through there and went down to the bottom of the hill, all he saw was his boys and the neighbor looking around. He does not know where Candace and Grandos was. No, he does not know where they were.
Okay, so when he said that he did that, which we all know he did that first, but that's okay. Was there any police there yet, or
He told me that he believed there was 2 officers. First, he told me that he beat the police there. Then he
okay,
told me that he was told that there were some cops there, and maybe there was. He said maybe 1 or 2. But he don't. Donald really acts like he don't know,
right,
about the police kind of thing. But he did say that when he was on his way back out of the property to go to the drug dealer's house, the street was blocked and he couldn't get through, and he was pretty much stuck right there. He had to
right.
park at the end of the road and then I guess walk back to his house.
Okay, so he never really gave you like a really good picture of who was actually there and where they were then.
He
Just
said that when he came up on the property, there was no one, and he went straight down to the bottom of the hill by the
no
creek,
one.
and he found the boys and the neighbor out looking.
Okay, so he didn't mention like where maybe Candace would have came from,
Nope, he sure didn't.
or anything like that.
I don't
Okay.
think he knows.
Because my thought process is like, okay, let's just say he did do that first. We know he didn't, but let's just go with that. And he came back up. No one was still there. Where were they then? And where did they come from? Because he's got to get out of his vehicle. You know what I mean? Like,
Well,
you got to get out of your vehicle.
you
Where's
don't
everybody?
understand. When he came back up, the police were there, and he started talking to the police, but he didn't want to stand around any longer. And he told the police that he wasn't going to stay there. He was going to check someplace at the drug dealer's house. And he immediately left again. But he didn't get, but he made sure he said that he did not get out of the community because it was all blocked off with a lot of police officers by that time. And he said that he parked his vehicle at the end of the road when you come into, it's my understanding that's it's one way in, one way out.
Yep, that's right.
And he said that he was parked, at the dead end, and had to walk back up because they had his driveway. I guess they had everything blocked. So he was pretty much, his vehicle ended up out on the road, basically, not even up on his property.
Okay. And did he say whether they searched that vehicle or any vehicles while they were there?
Oh, yeah. He said they searched everything. Donald said they searched everything. I guess they've even searched the house more than once. So,
okay. Now, while we're on the house, are you aware of there's an open space by the back of the house, by the back
where the
door?
where the dogs go. Yeah.
Did he ever mention anything to you about that? Whether they searched that, anything at all? Did he talk about that crawl space or?
Well, he said that the police searched everywhere. I mean, everywhere means they stuck their head back in there. He said there wasn't nothing back in there but some puppies some puppies that one of the dogs had just had puppies back in there. And, that's pretty much for that hole. That's what he pretty much said. And I'm sure the police got back in there, crawled around, made sure there was nothing buried, down in the dirt or like a grave or yeah, they're going to check that. That just goes with understanding.
Right. I'm just curious if they searched it with cadaver dogs, though.
Well, the first day they were up there, my understanding, the first day they showed up there and they with the dabber dogs and stuff, Candace messed up everything by, she wanted to act like it was their fault, like, duh, you guys didn't tell me that, you're bringing them and put my dogs away. If they'd have said something, then I would have my dogs put away. That's the way she talks. And, they got pissed off. It was all their fault. That's what she was saying. during a phone conversation I had with Donald. And so she basically screwed things up for the Dabber dogs by having her dogs out. And you know what? I who just leaves their dogs running around when and dogs that wasn't even supposed to be there. They were supposed to be ran off and gone, but uh, they're back now and all over the property to screw up everything when the police get. Of course, if your kid's supposed to be lost in the woods or whatever, they're going to start bringing dogs up there to search for the child. That's number one. So,
right. So did he ever say whether so they weren't actually able to use the cadaver dogs then?
I guess not. It screwed it up, and they had to bring in fresh ones.
And did he ever mention so they brought in fresh ones?
They had to, but I think it was the next day. I don't think it was that day.
Did they mention how far into the property those dogs searched?
The dog searched all over that property.
Because I know they have 11 acres.
Yeah.
So I'm curious about
how much of that. See, what happens is when you bring dogs up there, what happens is they told Candace to give them something, some clothes or something, something of Summers. They had to get a hold of something of Summers. And then the dog, you know how it works. The dog smells it, and then the dog takes off in Summers' direction. And the dog went right down the trail to the road. But did Candace really give him something that Summer was wearing, or did she give him something that one of the boys was wearing,
claiming to throw him off or something?
Because the boys went down there, down that trail and stuff, and out into the creek all the time. So, and they also had been running down through there looking for Summer before the police showed up. So, how much do you trust Candace?
Yeah, I'm going to pull up Lovely SH. Thank you so much, Glitter Queen, for coming back up and waiting through the whole queue again. So, she's muted.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much. Sorry, I'm trying to get through everybody. It's hard. Let me know when you want to. If Showbell, thank you so much for becoming a member. Let me know what time you're wanting to stay till, and then that way we know when to, say when the last person is. I mean, we'll take everybody in the queue, but just let me know if you're needing to go soon or whatever, so we can rush through the people we have at least up here waiting.
I wanted a second to ask Mary, doesn't she agree that Candace could have gave them one of the boys' things to be sniffing and not Summers?
Well, that's what I heard. I heard I can't even remember where I read it or whatever. But I had heard that she did give them something of Summers, like a dress or something. I don't know. But I had heard that the boys and Summer and Donnie and Candace were all together, sleeping together down in the bedroom. So the dogs couldn't get a good scent because, it was they're trying to hit on her scent, but they really couldn't because they had the boys' scent and also Candace and Donnie's scent. So I don't know.
Exactly.
Okay. Hey, Lovely. Are you there?
Hey, Ziggy.
Hey. Thank you for waiting.
Oh, you're welcome. And I wanted to say thank you for having this show and letting us talk. Mary, I wanted to say thank you for stepping up. And your sister, and whoever else really encouraged me. I never spoke about it when I was younger. I was S8. My parents didn't even know about it. But finally, after many, many years, I'm finally starting to speak up about it just because of you guys.
Oh, I think that's totally awesome. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And Prayer Garden, I have a question. When Don came from his job and asked, how did he know all of these answers? How did that all come about that he became the spokesperson? Why didn't they interview Candace? And do you think that instead of her beating her, that she maybe fell down the steps, or that anything else happened, and they that Don was really taking her and running her off before they called the cops?
Um, in my opinion, Candace had a really bad day. Like I said, she's borderline bipolar. I'm sure you've seen pictures with Summer having big bruises on her face and other stuff. We've seen some things, and you don't get that kind of bruising by somebody just giving you a love tap or whatever. You got to hit somebody pretty hard to do these things. And I mean, I don't think it's the first time she went row on her kids. It's probably the first time she killed one. But it probably ain't the first time she went row on her kids. Matter of fact, Allie's family said one of the boys had went and tried to get her up, and he just come out beating the living hell out of the kid, which was crazy, but she did it. At that time when she came out like that, she could have killed the child, and we would have been, looking for it right now? I mean...
Right. Why do you think that Don is covering up for Candace? Why is he putting himself in that predicament when he knows that he is probably going to go to jail no matter what?
Well, I'm going to tell you, I don't know if you know. I don't know if you know any people. There's a lot of people. They got kids, a man and a woman. They got children, but they don't care nothing about those kids. They could give a damn. Here's the thing: if they get a divorce, neither one of them wants the kids. She's off doing drugs somewhere. He's, I'm not taking them. They end up with grandparents or somewhere else. But But these two people, they stay together, hell or high water, through thick and thin. It's me and you, baby, nothing else. They feel like they always got to be against everybody else in order to, I don't know, feel like that's what keeps them together or something. It's disgusting. But that's what people Dom and Candace are. I mean, right there. Ignorant two people, that have that mentality level.
Yeah.
What can I say?
And I have one more question and then I'm done. That picture, that little video they took when he was talking about the billboard, have you guys kind of watched Candace's face? Like, she was like, to me, it looked like she wanted to get away, that she was in how can I say it? I know it in German. I guess, like she was in distress, like he forced her and held her there, and she didn't like what he had to say because she knows what happened.
Is that in the interview room?
No, no, that is, I think
on John Wells' channel.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think I saw it on somebody's in somebody's chat.
Yeah, no, nobody was with that little video clip. Nobody was holding her there. She didn't want nothing to do with it. No, she didn't want anything to do with it. But she was kind of stuck there because there was really no place else to go. Ain't that when they were in California? I think that's while they was in California.
They posted a few videos, and one of them, she looks like she might be nodding out on drugs or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was up in that hotel room. She was going up in that hotel room going freaking crazy, man. She was going off the wall. The whole place could hear that mouth of hers, I'm sure. Oh my goodness. Different. But also, Mary, they was up at your parents' house visiting too recently.
Yeah. Yeah, I seen that. I seen that video that he posted called my dad or something, and I was like, "What? Donnie's in town?" But then I realized it was just a layover from California back to Tennessee is what they did, and just they were here for just a couple of hours. But actually, I'm kind of glad that he did come down and see our dad, because my dad much longer to live, so.
Oh, this is hard. Well, Ziggy, thank you for having me on here on the panel.
Yeah, thank you for coming.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, so next we have Vestiges. Thank you so much for waiting, Vestiges.
Can you hear me?
Yes. I know you waited for a long time, and here you are.
Yeah. I normally try not to get on panels because certain things. I have a question. A while back, on this stream, Prayer Garden said something about Don closed his Facebook. Do you know that he's got another Facebook, and there's recent pictures of them in California?
Yes, I do know about Donald's Facebooks. He made the first one for all the people, for everyone out there to come in, whoever pleases to come in. And then he went and made personal Facebooks for just share and only a few select people. Allie and Cam share. I was in there, and Mr. Share was in there, and it was like, I think like 33 people was in there.
Yeah. I just don't.
One man from New York City that used to live in Tennessee is in there. He's on the one for everyone, and then he was also in a personal one. And he's driving hard.
Did he kick you from that from his Facebooks?
No, actually he didn't. No.
Oh, okay.
Mm-mm. I mean, I don't care if he does or he doesn't. I mean, it doesn't make me or break me. I still got all. See, even if you kick somebody from your Facebook, they still always have all the chat.
Yeah. One more little thing to add on to it is why have you asked him why he doesn't make a Summer Wells Facebook?
Well, I'm going to tell you what, Donald don't want to make it. He don't want to even say Summer Utah Wells. He don't want to even say, anything, him and K.N.S, let me tell you, when it was going to the fair and she attacked, she right away, no, it's not about her. It's not about her. Was really, this is her daughter. And this is how she's acting about her own daughter. So you really think they're going to make her a Facebook or make her anything? They want to forget about her. They know, like I said, they know what happened to her. And they just would like for, they've done, in their minds, I don't know where she's at, but in their minds, they done put her to rest. And they, if it wasn't for the cash cards and all the money and getting to stay out here and giving them something to do, and having to keep up, some type of grieving, a parent grieving, BS, for the police and so forth, from time to time, they drop it like a bad habit and just tell everybody go to hell. That's basically what it is. I mean, they're staying up for, for the money and for the publicity and, to start trouble. That's what they love to do. They love to cause trouble. They love seeing us all out here going through what we're going through right now. They love it. They're laughing.
And Mary's shaking her head big time to that one. She's like, "Yep."
They're laughing. They're laughing at us. They're laughing at us, all of us. You know,
and I wanted to.
they think they think they got a good one over on us. And Donald's a horrible person because he will sick you on people. He will, like, he wanted to, get me to call Mary and he loves to see, people get shut down, and he loves to see people support him and shut people down on his behalf, and he gets a real kick out of it. You know what I'm saying? It's I'm telling you, they're freaking evil. You don't even know how evil these people are. I know how evil they are. And right now, he's hating on me, and he's probably getting, and as you see, he's got Benny Keys on me, and that's wrong. I never done nothing to Benny, except be good to him. And I don't understand it. I don't understand it. But Donald has a way of trying to sick people on you and get you hurt and everything. He don't care about nobody. Donald is a horrible person that cares about nobody. He's very manipulating. And Candace is just as bad. Do you think that they care if anybody else ends up hurt or dead because of what they done? They don't care. They don't care about their daughter. How are they going to care about anyone else? They have no feelings. These are people that have no feelings in their heart. They have no feelings for nobody except themselves. They're very selfish human beings. They think everything's a damn game, and they're up there playing it right now. They get high on their drugs and just unbelievable. Unbelievable. I don't know. They're sickening. That's what they are, sickening. Act like a couple of freaking kids and want us to be all at each other's throats out here over the little girl that they should be the one standing up for, but they ain't. So, that's your daughter. You should be standing up for her. You should be putting her out here, not us, and you ain't. So, you know what? What you need to be is put up in a prison because you don't only look guilty, you are guilty. In my opinion, they're guilty. And in my opinion, they should have been in jail. But there's nothing, I'm not the law, so there's nothing I can do about that.
Vestige, do you have another question?
Well, no, I was just going to say, Mary, you have Summerwell's army behind you, too.
Yep.
So stay strong.
Thank you so much.
That's pretty much all. I just wanted to ask about that.
Okay, well, thank you so much for coming up and waiting for so long. I appreciate it.
Oh, yeah.
All right, thank you. Okay, so we have Karen B up now.
Hi, Ziggy. How are you?
Hey, thank you for waiting.
You're welcome. I took notes and I wrote some stuff down. It won't be long. How are you, Mary?
I'm doing good. I'm doing pretty good. I had some stuff going on today, a little bit of a health scare, but other than that, everything's okay. So, yeah.
Is your health scare okay? You going to be all right? Don't get into personal stuff. I just want to make sure you're going to be all right.
Yeah, well, I had a procedure done this morning, and then I ended up having to go back into the ER later on, a couple hours later. But yeah, they said everything's good, so I'm good to go. But
Lord.
thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. I wanted to ask you, with you filing charges and everything, first of all, thank you for coming out, and thank Jeannie and Trish. I was there and I heard Trisha's live when she first came over on Tiffany Marie's channel, and I just cried the whole entire time. And then I heard you, and I've heard Jeannie on Chris McDonald or whatever. And I just want you to know my heart and prayers go out to you, because I can't imagine being an SA survivor and then having to deal with people who are negatively attacking you. And so, on behalf of most of the Summers Army, I'd like to apologize for any hurt that any of them may have caused you. And I know it's not my place to apologize for other people, but I admire you and I think you're doing a great job.
Yeah, thank you so much. That really means a lot to me. Yeah, that video that Jeannie done with Chris McDonough, it made me cry. It just made me cry, because none of us knew what she was going through, Nobody in the family knew what she was going through,
Yeah.
And so, yeah.
And it breaks my heart that when you reported it, your dad made you go unreported or, take it back. And for that, I am so very sorry.
Yeah, stuff happens during people's lives, and, I mean, I love my dad, I don't
I
know.
know. It's just that generation. I mean, I think that generation just didn't get it. That's all. No disrespect to your father at all.
Well, yeah, and back then, a lot of people are coming out going, well, why didn't Mary's mom just, leave and be on her own and stuff? And, it's not like, I mean, my mom had 6 kids. She was barefoot and pregnant for the first, the first 5 of us kids, because we're all, I mean, my mom was like pregnant, and then she had the baby, and 6 weeks later, guess what? She was pregnant again. And that happened up until I was born, and then Jeannie was born 7 years later. But, back then, and my mom was with my dad, up until I was 11, and she finally divorced him, But back then, it's, she didn't work or nothing. She was a stay-at-home mom, and she had all these kids to take care of. So, and then when she got a divorce and she got with my dad, and then when, everybody keeps asking, well, why didn't your mom just leave? Because my mom didn't even have experience in working nowhere, She was staying at home all these years, taking care of her kids,